Hey everyone, Amber here with the Hip Kit Club today to share with you a super fun project that I created using the October kits. So I love the October kits. They are so pretty and so colorful and so perfect for fall. I had such a fun time working with them, and I decided to make a DIY project for my first project with this kit, and I created a DIY memory decks box with some memory decks cards to match. So the box is super simple to make. We're just making it out of paper, and then we'll be using some paper straws to hold the memory decks cards into place. So I will leave all the measurements in the description box down below on how to make this box. Basically, I started with a piece of paper that measured 9¼ inch by 9½ inches. And then I scored on all four sides at 1¼ inch and 2½ inches. And then I just folded up on my score lines from there. And you can see that off camera I added some stitching. I just love adding stitching to any project that I make. I just think it adds some nice detail and a different kind of texture from just the flat paper. So once you get all of your score lines folded, if you're making this for yourself, you will see that you have 4 small squares in each corner of the paper. Basically, we are just going to be cutting off the 3 outer squares from those corners. So I know it's a bit hard to explain, but hopefully just from watching the video, you kind of get the idea. And after we cut all of those 3 outer squares out, I'm going to take that last square left over and turn it into a tab that can be used to adhere our box together. So I'm just cutting up on one side of the square and then rotating the paper and cutting on the next one. So now I'm going to add some sticky double-sided tape to each little tab. The tape I'm using is score tape. I got it on Amazon. It works pretty well. Especially the 1/4 inch and the 1/2 inch tape. So I'm just adding 2 little strips to each tab for extra security to make sure that it lasts a long time. And I like to use my scoring tool to kind of smooth everything out, make sure the tape is adhered. And now I am going to add the holes that the straws are going to sit in. So I made this template and I used a cut file for my memory decks cards. So I just cut one out, and then wherever the little holes were that hold the memory decks card into place, I just made a template using that. So that way that it's easier and both sides of the box will be even. So hopefully that made sense. And now I'm just taking my power punch from We Are Memory Keepers, and I am punching out the holes. And I did notice before I punched on this side that I hadn't measured up the template properly. So I redrew those holes, and now I'm just going to punch them out. And now that the holes are punched, we are ready to assemble our box. So I'm going to remove the tape from all of the tabs just so it's easier to do this whole process. And then I'm just going to adhere the tab to the bottom score line that we have. And I'm going to make sure that all of the corners are nice and neat. And then I will adhere everything down nicely to make sure it's all secure. And now with these other tabs that we have left over, those are going to be folded over into the box just to give it a nicer, cleaner look. So I'm going to be adding some score tape to the 2 longer sides. And I will just fold those over and then secure them down using my scoring tool. So you don't have to add these extra pieces of paper into your project if you don't want to. I just think that it gives the box a nicer look in the end. You get a nice contrast between the 2 different patterns of paper. So now to secure and adhere this these two shorter sides down that have the holes, I'm just going to add a little bit of score tape. I don't want it to be completely flush and sealed against the box because I want there to be a little bit of breathing room so that the straws can pop in and out as needed. If it's flush against, the straws aren't really going to go into the paper. So these straws that I'm using are just for my stash. I get a lot of them from the Dollar Tree or from the Target Dollar Spot. They are just paper straws. And I thought that these ones matched nicely with the October kits. So they are just like a peachy color with some orangey polka dots. And the box measures 4.5 inches. So I am just going to mark that on my straws using a ruler and pencil, and then I'm going to cut them down to size with my scissors. So this part is super easy. And I love paper straws are super easy to find, and they come in so many fun patterns. So I think that they make a really nice addition to this project. So now I'm just going to pop them into those holes that we had, and the box is complete and ready to go. And here are my memory dex cards I have created using just a cut file that I got from the Silhouette store. And I just cut a whole bunch out from the papers in the October kit and stitched along the outside of each one. And now I'm going to decorate them. So I decorated, in the end, I think 6 of them. And I only show you 2 on camera just so it's a quicker video. And decorating memory dex cards is kind of a process, and everyone has a different take on it. So I kept mine pretty simple, but I did a lot of layering. In the October kits, you get a ton of different textures. You get acetate die cuts, vellum die cuts, paper die cuts, cardstock stickers, enamel dots, chipboard stickers. So I kind of used all of those elements in my memory dex cards to just kind of build on top of it and give a nice layered effect. So I really love that fox there. I think he's so cute. I love foxes and little animals. I think they're a cute addition to any project. So here I'm just layering up all different types of elements. And in the October kits, you get a ton of leaves, which is great for layering because you can just pile those up. They come in all different colors. And I think it really helped to make the process of putting these memory dex cards together a lot easier. So I'm just using mostly hot glue and double-sided tape to adhere everything down into place. So this will be the first card in my memory dex box. And now I'm using some enamel dots for some finishing touches. Along with the square memory dex cards, I cut some oval ones. They're supposed to be circle, but I had to size them down to fit in the box. So all of my memory dex cards measure 4 inches wide by 3 to 3.5 inches tall. Again, I will leave the measurements listed down below. So since this whole kit is fall themed, I decided to make this a fall memory dex, of course. So this kit came with some really cute sweaters, so I layered those up with some hot cocoa cups and of course some florals. I always have to use florals in my projects. So I'm just layering everything up. I took some gold twine there behind that chipboard flower just to add a bit more texture. And I love the sweaters in this. I love being cozy in the colder months, so sweaters are always my go-to. Back in like July, I was browsing the stores for sweaters and long sleeve shirts because I was just so excited for the fall season. So here I'm just layering up some stickers. I'm using some foam tape to prop things up where they are needed. So this card is just about done. Going to add the finishing touches, and then I will slip these 2 cards into my memory dex box and it will be done and ready to go. Adding some more enamel dots for just some added textures and little touches here and there. And here are the other cards I created. So I had initially cut, I think, 8 cards, but in the end I only used 6. I didn't want it to be a super bulky project. I wanted there to be some room to add photos and such if I decide to turn this into a mini album. So that is my completed project. Here I contemplated adding some bits and pieces to the box itself, but in the end I decided to just keep the box plain since all of the pages were super decorated and embellished. So that is my memory decks project using the October Kids from Hip Kit Club. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Here are some little peeks at all of the other cards I created. Thank you so much for watching. Again, measurements are listed down below, and I will see you guys in my next video for Hip Kit Club. Take care and happy crafting. Bye.